Hello guys, today we are going to be explaining why the war between Nosniy and Sensei Warrior began. So, all we're going to do is if this video gets up to 70 likes, I will sing a very sus song. Anyway, let's get to the first bit. So if we turn on any map, in limited time as well. Okay, all we're going to do is get in the 1v1 pad and I'm going to show you where it all began. So, I'm going to show you why they were friends, and then we're going to go over and over why they're now in a war. So it doesn't even matter, I guess. I'm going to choose my skins though. Basically, you can obviously see right here, Nosniy Inc. You can clearly see Nosniy Inc. and Sensei & Co. both next to each other, and there's a building Sensei & Co. and Nosniy Inc. Literally. But why are they now enemies? After all of this, why do they now hate each other? So, in this video, we're going to explain why they are no longer friends. So, let's get to the video. So yeah, obviously, we've explained why they were friends. But now, we're going to explain why they're now not friends. I mean, can I say not friends and they're not friends? Okay, please, don't try and confuse me. But now, it's actually the most easiest spot in the game. Starting off with Nosniy is here. And if you go all the way over here, we got Sensei. They're on different side of the map. Doesn't really explain why that's so loud. But now, we are going to talk about the game itself. Rivals. And if you never went to school and were living under the sea, then rivals basically means two people who hate each other and will never get along. So that's two clues. And why did this guy join? Yeah, you can help. Next is actually to do with the text dialogue. If you go all the way to Sensei and just talk to him, Sensei Warrior, what even is Sensei Global? And it's a shopping list, but it's a technology in this transportation, you name it. This one was originally our prototype room. After a few advancements, it held our first dedicated dimensional portal. With an accidental destruction of our portal, we've decided it would be best to move a majority of our experiments to a Sensei Global facility. So, that's another clue, and later I'll explain why is that actually even in the first place a clue. Now, we're going to get to even more stuff. Next, you can clearly tell, both of us, I'm Nosniy and he is Sensei. The two colours, you're basically fighting each other. But the next map is actually on Dimension. Because when you actually look at it and realise this looks like a destroyed house. Baby Sensei, and if you go over here, we got baby Nosniy and stuff like that. And then we got Sensei. But if you look at this image, it's teared in between. Why did they turn all the way? Why would they rip straight in between of a photo? And it's also over here. Why would they do that if they're now friends? If they were friends, why would they literally destroy their own home? Were they like brothers? I actually have no clue. This is actually really weird that they were friends and now they're not. I've been very confused ever since. And since I found out that they're not friends anymore. Now, we're going to talk about the new revamped Docs. The new revamped version of Docs is somewhere. Docs. No! Okay, bro. Bro, why am I as blind as a bat and I can't find Docs, bro? Why am I actually so blind as a bat that I can't find flipping Docs? Like, bro, not being able to find Docs, mad, bro. Okay. That's super annoying, actually. Because, like, bro, why did I vote Splash? Anyway, now we're going to be looking at Docs. This is actually kind of weird because the new revamped version of Docs, when you look around, even from any spawn, there's no sign of Sensei and Co. or Sensei Global. And it's only signs of Nosniy Inc. Only signs of Nosniy. Only. And like everywhere you look, Nosniy Inc., Nosniy Inc., Nosniy Inc., Nosniy Inc. Literally only Nosniy Inc. No Sensei and Co. or Sensei and Sensei Global. Like it's weird. Like Nosniy Inc. and stuff like that. So now we're going to go on to our last map. And after this, I'll tell you what I think broke their relationship. Because I actually think it's super easy to tell that they have broken a relationship. Like, they don't have a relationship anymore, you know what I mean? Our final map is actually one of the most hated maps in the game. That's all I got to say. The next map is literally Bridge. Like, because on the bridge, you can clearly tell that this place is wrecked. And it literally says, property of Sensei Global. And since literally, this place has literally got gunshots on a bus. Gunshots. Enemy. Literally. Enemy in purple. Why enemy in purple? Oh, come on, bro. Come on. Enemy in purple. This actually makes 0 sense. But when you, like, it's like, and it's obviously because it's property of Sensei Global. And since it's property of Sensei Global, he's literally put up signs putting enemy. But then if you put this one and it says Sensei Global, meaning this is probably Sensei Warrior trying to make it look like that he has someone who did a concept for thing. It would make so much sense. This place is literally freaking property of Sensei. Property. So now, I am going to tell you why I actually believe that Sensei and Nosniy split up is actually pretty easy to tell by the dialogue Sensei Warrior said about this portal. Nosniy over here wants to keep the game how it was. And then all the way with Sensei wants to make the game more advanced and more technology stuff-wise. He doesn't want it to be the Rivals how it was before. He wants to change Rivals, while Nosniy does not. This makes so much sense, and probably why they are not friends anymore. And I hope they make up, because they need to.